What's up, everybody? We're going to be jumping right on into it today. The markets are moving around. Is this the final breakdown? Do we have another final crash before it jumps all the way up to all those levels that we've been talking about? Everybody, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. As we are waiting right now, all I'm doing is I'm coming over here to the live stream on the @KellyKellum page, getting that repost going, and then, of course, posting in the information that needs to be there. Everybody, we're about to dive into some charts, some TA, and everything that we need to do to make sure that we are prepared for what's coming in this market. So everybody, get active. I want to do a roll call right now. Where are you tuned in from? Are you alive? Let's get active in the live chat right now. Let me know you are here. And hearts and prayers to everybody that is in on the West Coast with all those fires. Big love to everybody. Let's dive in. Last opportunity, maybe, before these prices absolutely moonshot higher. Well, look at the price action right here. For those of you that watched that morning short that I did, I posted it. It was on the trailer for this, but also I posted it on Twitter talking about what's going on. But when we look at the TA, and we're going to be looking at quite a bit of TA today, it's just a reminder that all the noise we're seeing right now with all this FUD is something that we normally see in this sort of portion of the market before things absolutely get, just face meltingly bullish. So even if we have a further drop, even if we try to come down and attack this target down here, we need to be looking for opportunities right now because, how can we be so bullish here? How can we be so bullish here? How can we be so bullish here and be scared right here? This right here, if this were to happen, this would be an incredible opportunity. But I'm going to show you why I think we may be in the middle of this final washout. Even if we get a little bit more, I do think things are about to get absolutely face-meltingly bullish. So let's take advantage of what's going on right now, because look at this sort of rising level of resistance. It actually flipped to support right here as well. And the price action is sitting right on it. Similarly, when we come over here and we look at the others chart, look at the price action that came, rejection, coming right back down, finally testing this. So in some ways you could say this has been waiting on this to happen. And in fact, the price action did not even significantly lose these lows here. Now, if we do get a bigger correction to the downside, again, I still think that it's just going to be any price action on any of your altcoins or on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, all these different coins that we've been stacking into. If we do get better prices, for me, that is ultimately an incredible opportunity because we're seeing a little bit of bounce in the market. We got down to like 3.2 trillion. We're back up to 3.3 trillion. All these prices, this is just noise right now. Why are we letting ourselves get frustrated? Especially when we look at things like this from Cynthia Loomis. Let me see if this is muted. Cynthia Loomis said this, and I do agree this is coming because Bhutan just declared and basically put out that they are stacking into a strategic Bitcoin reserve. First nation to do so.
Wouldn't it be fun if the next arms race was not for weapons, it was for Bitcoin? Wouldn't it be fun if the U.S. is buying Bitcoin and it scares China and Russia so they start buying Bitcoin, and we have an arms race over Bitcoin instead of over weapons?
In fact, I think this is already starting to take place in stealth. U.S. is not, from our knowledge, stacking anything in. And there's all this FUD right now with the DOJ. I'm sure you've seen it on other channels, but this is an order that was put out on December 30th. If there's going to be selling, there's going to be disclosures and acknowledgments. It'll be ahead of time. Where we're at right now is the market trying to push you around into emotional moves on this market. And I do think even if they were to sell, it would just be a bigger bolster to the Trump administration when they do come into office on January 20th, and the time after that, for what their aggression level is going to be and getting that strategic Bitcoin sort of outlined and basically moving forward. So what we're seeing right now in the market, more so than not, is just FUD to trick you into handing over your crypto. And by the way, welcome everybody to the show. If this is your first time, I can guarantee it's not going to be your last time. My name's Kelly Kellum here with BitLab Academy. We are in this community together, meaningful tools, content, resources, and trying as best as possible to educate you so you can stay on the right side of the trend. Now, when we look at what's going on, even if they were to sell, Last year, $379 billion entered the market based on realized cap, roughly $1 billion per day. If the US government were to sell 6.5 billion, realize that this would ultimately create an even better opportunity and price action in the market. Now, would it have a little bit of FUD sell off in the market? Sure. But those of you that are prepared can take advantage of this and buy that dip if it were to come. Because we see with the new administration coming in that this would only create a better opportunity, buying opportunities before those prices do get pushed higher. So continuing on, we got some amazing charts to go over today. We're going to be looking at not only the others chart, but also looking through Avalanche and Cardano and ONDO and seeing where some of these opportunities are lying, because it is looking like an absolute dream right now for opportunity for those that are paying attention. So everybody that's tuned in right now, I want you all to type in 2 different coins that you are excited about or want to see. Let me see it in the live chat. Everybody get active. We're going to be doing some TA today, but let's get the stage set before we dive in there. And what we're seeing right now, remember when price was above $100,000? All of us, myself included, is like, why couldn't I have pulled more capital together? And there's also people that were waiting once it pushed up. They'd never bought. And they're like, man, if it only dipped. And this is exactly what's happening right now. I'm an idiot. Why didn't I buy below 100? That was Monday. Today, I ain't buying that shit. It's going to go lower. DCA, start laddering into positions, because this opportunity is not going to be here forever. Even if this were to drop, which I do think is likely, down to 87 or 85 or something like that, this is not a bad buy considering where the price is going over the next 10 years. If you're looking at it just this cycle, even within this cycle, this is not a bad buy, even if price dips a little further. You can lower your average entry if the price does dip a little lower. Now, when we're looking at this, we're seeing the US, the entities, the reserve share hit an all-time high. U.S. entities, this is 65% higher than non-U.S. entities. And this is going to start spilling over to the world faster and faster over the next, I would say 3 to 5 years, as they realize the strength that Bitcoin has in I don't want to say in contrast to the money printing, to the mismanagement of funds, to the mismanagement of government, the hedge against dumb shittery the world over. Bitcoin is that hedge. And yes, there's going to be volatility along the way, but those that can, even the people that bought here at the previous cycle top, or people that bought the very top here, had they understood the time horizon, if you bought the very tip top of 2018, 2017 right here, this top of the cycle, it's a 5X to where we're at now. So if you do get yourself caught in a whirlwind of buying a top, adjust your time horizon and you will be in profit. Remember that. Now, considering what's going on, let's think about it. Smart money, dumb money, retail, professional traders, hedge funds, longer term plays. What are we seeing? Retail demand changed minus 21.7% over the last 30 days, AKA retail's fleeing. Their activity's down. Their demand of buying, they're scared. We're actually seeing short-term holders selling. They're like tourists. Don't be a tourist. Eager to show up when the excitement is buzzing, but quick to vanish the moment things turn quieter. But look at this as a metric for opportunity, AKA it's another visual representation of hope and fear, greed and fear. Look at this. Retail leaves. Let's look at what happened last time. Oh my God, it's over. Minus 24%. Look at that. Boom. Absolute rocket from, sub 40,000. It's about 35,000 all the way up to about 69,000. Almost a double in price when retail got scared. Similarly, right here. Yes, it was in a bear market, but look at this. This basically the evaporation of excitement. And then we had a nice move to the upside. This was in a bear market, but let's look in the bull market. Look at how low this got, nowhere near as low as this. And this also cascaded into that next major move up. Look at this, the retail, the market excitement about the ETF, the sell-off here, everybody got scared. The sell the news of the ETFs getting launched. Look at this, minus 17%. What happened? Boom, moonshot after. Look at this right here. When we have the sideways chop consolidation, scare everybody out because they're so impatient. This got down to about minus 20%, and we got that next move from about 60,000 up to over $100,000. This is a great setup if you look at where we're at in the market. Shout out to Falco, and let's do it right now. Let's set the goal. If we get 10 total gifted memberships or 10 super chats, we will do a giveaway from those that retweet the post, and that's where we're going to draw. And what I mean by that, if you want to be entered to win, and Tater asked me earlier, I have not sent out those shirts. I got very sidetracked this last week and a half. I did bring them into the office today. We're going to send them out this afternoon. I'm going to give those over to Isaac. But if you want to participate in the giveaway, all you have to do is this post right here. Head over to this post. I'll post it in the live chat here. If you're on Twitter, all you have to do is basically hit this retweet, hit this like button. We will draw from today's people that are retweeting, and we will give away an Arculus. Well, let's give away 2 Arculus. We'll give away 2 Arculus. We'll pick 2 winners. If we get, we need 10 super chats. 10 super chats or 10 gifted memberships. And we will give that away drawing from this. Now, coming back over to what we want to look at, I think the opportunity is here. People are worried. Is it over? And this is why it's not. Look at this setup, everybody. Look at this setup. Tops, bottoms, AKA market's going to reverse here. And look at this. The market's already been pushing up. But once this comes all the way down to where we see down in this zone, this is exactly when the market really starts to heat up. Again, right here, this reversal, when the market really starts to heat up, we're coming into that zone yet again, and people are losing their minds. It blows my mind that people get so worked up over this. And who is it primarily? It's the short-term holders, people that don't understand the cycles and the market movements. And when you're scared, you have to realize other people are scared. The crypto Twitter bears are out. And calling for a potential move for Bitcoin down to 85,000 is not being bearish. Saying the cycle top is in and we're going down to, below, sub 70, that's bearish. Having a little bit more of a correction would be the best opportunity that we could have right now. So let's not be these people that are being dumb money. I'm not here to be dumb money. You're not here to be dumb money. Let's be smart. Golden Child, hey, hit me on Twitter. And we'll make sure that happens. I'll send all that stuff out with today. We had just sidetracked with stuff in the office this last, basically the beginning of the year. But looking at this gives me confidence about that sort of flush out sort of coming to an end. And we might get a little bit more of a move down because we see all of this liquidity below us, sub 90. See this? This is right at the 90 mark. A little bit down into the zone, I think would not be the end of the world. But looking at the price action on Bitcoin, we're kind of at a decision point. Maybe we don't get that because everybody's seeing that liquidity. We've got to be nimble and we've got to be okay that we're adjustable to what happens in the market and realize if we do get a dip, my expectation is that if we get a dip into the zone, this will be a flush out zone that commits people short that comes up and goes something like this. So let's be cognizant of what the market's trying to do. Although we have all this liquidity below us, we can also see on the super charts, where is it at? That's not what I want to see. Boom, right here. Look at all this liquidity we have below us. We flushed out quite a bit. Yes, we have this nodule of basically free liquidity from about 92 all the way down. Let me scroll down a little bit, all the way down to about 90. But what does it look like on the monthly? Let's look at this on the monthly. Yeah, I mean, we've flushed out a lot of this. I don't think the liquidity below us is a big magnet. It's going to depend on if they're trying to push the market there for ultimate opportunity. We got 382 on YouTube and another 300 plus on Twitter. I just want to ask each and every single one of you, it's the beginning of the year, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell. If you're watching on YouTube, hit this like button. See this right here? It should say subscribed. We've got about 55% of the people that are watching on a daily basis are not subscribed. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. I give you guys little gifts here and there periodically to make sure, we get that when your notifications are on, you will see stuff that we have just for the members. If you have your notifications on, because I only post it open to the public for about maybe 6 minutes or so sometimes. Man, Alexandra G with a $50 super chat. We are at almost 2 years of BitLab live streams. That's right. The live streams, the YouTube, we've had about 2 years. We've had BitLab for almost 4. Shout out to the $50 super chat. I appreciate you. I've learned so much from you these past 2 years. Thank you and congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Everybody that's been watching from that first month or 2 years ago, January, type in OG in the chat. If you're newer here in the last 2 months, type I don't know, new to the fam or something like that. I want to welcome each and every one of you. I appreciate you. Mary Herbert gifting 1 membership, 2 memberships. Shout out to the fam getting so active today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for just being in the community and keeping me on the right side of everything going on, because we are a family. We're doing this together. Now, considering what's going on, don't worry. We're going to get into the TA here in just a second. I'm going to show you some key levels. Everybody's so worried. We saw the short-term holders, the paper hands, the dumb money. We've all been dumb money. I've been dumb money. But smart money, look at this. Stacking into this weakness of people being scared, smart money buying while dumb money is selling because they see where it's going. And is the alt season, is it canceled? Excuse me, absolutely not. Look at this massive bull pennant we have right now with the target up here in the $2 trillion range for altcoins. This is everything minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Everything in the market, when you take out the Bitcoin market cap and you take out the Ethereum market cap, this is showing altcoins are setting up for the move. But what does it look like? Well, it looks like every 4-year cycle, whether it's the halving, whether it's global liquidity, whether it's the election cycle, well, you can always draw correlations, but we're seeing the election cycle happens on the same time frame as the halving cycle, right? We regularly see the January following the halving. So we had the halving in April, meaning the Bitcoin miner rewards get halved. That's what the halving is. The January following the last 2 cycles, we've seen a pretty basically post-halving correction that January. We're in the middle of that right now, but coming into the inauguration, look at this. This is when the most exciting time happened. Looking at this, this is the most exciting time happened. We're so worried right now. Why are we not looking at the data? Why are we so needy of the price moving right now? Shout out Big Tip Shark with another $4.99 super chat. Also, look at that, Falco, member for 14 months. Big love to you. You got that blue beaker there for all of you that want to become a member on the channel. It's about $1.25 a week. You get everybody, if you're a member, drop your favorite member emojis, and you also get access, of course, to the morning jumpstart TA things that I do here throughout throughout the week. These, boom. So become a member, you get access to these. It basically gets you set up for the day. We also do periodic member streams, member live streams that you'll get access to. And all you need to do is go right down below the video. All you need to do is go right down below the video, and it should say join somewhere right here, and click that join button, or right here, scroll down. It says join to become a member of the BitLab community. This is the YouTube channel. It's about $1.25 a week. Fade and Trifod, $10 super chat. Nicole Ministator, member also. Woohoo, much love, fam. Can't wait to see what's in store for the year. Shout out to everybody getting so active today, doing this together. Let's see how many members we can stack up in the first couple months of this year. We have such a great community, and I love each and every single one of you. Now, coming back over, we got to get to this TA. We looked at that. We looked at this. Guys, January 20th. One of the things that markets don't like is uncertainty. The FUD about the Bitcoin selling, if the DOJ going to sell, is there going to be different, issues with the Fed and the interest rates? There's some questions about what's happening through tomorrow is a big day, by the way. We're going to talk about that in a second. It could shape things for the next couple of weeks in terms of the tonality and what the markets pump or dump, but also the new administration coming into office. I think wrapping out this month, we're going to see some bullishness. There could be some downside before that, but let's take advantage of it. Let's stop letting ourselves be taken advantage of in this market. We take advantage of it when we plan accordingly, because look at this. Big altcoins, green line, tends to catch up to Bitcoin. Bitcoin makes a move. This is overlined on the exact same day today. Look at this. Bitcoin sideways, and then it makes a move. Look at this. There's, a period of time, I think it's about 80 days or something, and then altcoins, boom, start to follow suit. Top here, top, a few weeks later. Top here, this was very lined up, but look at this. Massive move to the upside. We've not seen that move on altcoins yet. I do believe it's coming. We can also see the golden cross on the altcoins is setting up. This is where it happened last time. And look at this zone right here. Let me zoom in here. Let me zoom in here. Boom. Right here at the Golden Cross, a push up into it, major sell-off, then launch right at the Golden Cross. What are we seeing right now? What are we seeing right now? A push up into it, a bit of a sell-off, and still a little bit of work to do. I do believe we are going to have the ultimate bullishness we've all been waiting on in the very near future. It just takes some time. Everybody was so bullish because after November 5th, full crypto administration. Well, we still need people confirmed. We still need to see the team step in office. We still need to see what's going to happen in terms of how quick they're going to move forward on the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Is it going to be executive order? Is it going to be a plan laid out? Are they just not going to sell Bitcoin? Even if you realize this, even if we buy 0 Bitcoin in 2025, 0, that's a real possibility. Maybe there's an executive order. We won't sell any of the 187,000 Bitcoin we currently have as US, but we're establishing this as the base of the strategic Bitcoin reserve. The establishment of that then puts every nation state on notice. What the hell is your plan and what are you doing stepping into, the next epoch of this world? We're going to start seeing Japan and China and Russia and India, and we're going to start seeing this sort of movement of this Bitcoin arms race that Cynthia Loomis was talking about. So even if there's a sell-off because we're not buying any this year, that's going to be met very quickly with the bullishness of everybody else kicking into gear. So let's be okay with the chop and take advantage of it rather than capitulating, because everybody's saying, we're not going to have an alt season this time. Well, what did they say last times? Well, here we go. We're not going to have an alt season this time. Boom. That's when we got the launch. Then again, we got right here. We're not going to have an alt season this time. Cycle top. What do we get? Boom. And we actually saw the alts after this absolutely wreck the bears to the top. We're seeing the same sort of thing right now. And this is right at that precipice of that breakdown. This is the Bitcoin dominance. When this is breaking down, that's when you're seeing altcoins rally. Shout out. I said another super chat from Tater, because you're an amazing human. Much love, brother. All of you are the amazing people. I'm just happy and I'm honored that I can do this with you all on a daily basis. We got about 800 people in the room. Shout out to each and every one of you. Let's see how many likes we can get set up on this. Let's break some records today, everybody. Big love to each and every one of you. I really do appreciate you. Fade and TradFi with the $10 super chat for Alexandra G being the best mod in the game. That's right. She does all the time coding on the videos as well. If you guys watch later and you see the chapters in there set up, she sets all that up. So I appreciate her more than she knows. So let's continue on. We got to get to the TA, baby. We got so much to look at. This is something we need to pay attention about. Tomorrow, the Friday jobs report. Kelly, we want to see the TA on Bitcoin and our altcoins. Where are they going? Let's look at some context that could shake the market up tomorrow. Friday's job report is the most important jobs report of your life. Maybe not. It's going to be very big because of everything weighing on the economy right now and where risk is going to come into the market. Why Friday's job report matters. The job report could confirm or dispel fears that the Fed will pause rate cuts, aka no more rate cuts in 2025. The stakes are high. Here's how the different outcomes might play out. After the December FOMC hinted at ending rate cuts in 2025, stronger than expected data created fears of a pause. This shift has pressured stocks, driving the SPX lower since why the jobs report is crucial. Rate cuts drove the 2024 rally. If the Fed pauses, it creates a headwind for equities, meaning basically sort of risk-off environment. While no rate cut is expected at January's meeting, this report could shape the Fed's tone. We're going to be more interested in what their tone is looking forward about what their potential plan could be. How do they talk about it? Are they hawkish or dovish? The market scenarios. Let's break it down into 3 potential outcomes. Too hot, the Fed pause will likely rise. Just right, cuts in 2025 still likely. If it's too cold, growth fears emerge. So there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to need to pay attention to tomorrow and realize that there could be some shaking about tomorrow because of the numbers in the morning and then the tonality that they have about what they're saying about what those rate cuts could mean. We need to be a little bit nimble over this next week or so going into January 20th. It looks like we got another super chat from Moonwell. Moonwell and AERO on mega discounts. Absolutely biz knowledge. Shout out for the super chat. Appreciate you. We're getting some love today. I think we might be able to do those giveaways if we get a few more memberships and super chats. 2 giveaways today. Let's get back into the charts. I think it's time to look at some TA, and just remember, nascent, new emerging technologies. This isn't stocks. Jensen, the CEO of NVDA, basically said that quantum is probably further away than people thought. It cut out, look at this, minus 50%, minus 49%, minus 46%. This is a major drawback in that industry. So anybody that's on the traditional asset side looking for exposure to things, this might be a great opportunity to take advantage of this short-term FUD that came out because of his opinion on quantum. I think quantum, it's not going to be 20 or 30 years out. I think probably within the next 7 years, things are going to start rolling out. We're seeing how fast technology is increasing development and rollout. So I just wanted to shout that out. Now, we talked about this yesterday. We talked about ETF flows. ETF flow liquidity is going to be low today because the stock market's closed on observance of Jimmy Carter's passing. So when we're looking at the market, what's going on? Bitcoin coming right back into the zone, setting up what some feel like is a very beautiful sort of head and shoulder sort of setup. We measured this the other day. The measurement on this would be from the top here to this neckline, and this would basically take us directly down to this $77,000 mark. This would officially clear out that massive CME futures gap that is, let's see, right here. That is right in the zone. But will that play out? Let's actually measure this right here. Boom, down to the neckline, which is about right there. Now measure this out. Look at this. This will completely flush that out. I think that's too easy. I think it's too easy. I think it's too obvious. I think it's unlikely that we get a move all the way down to here. We have to notice and illustrate that this is a possibility. But what I see in this market is the strongest, most bullish case we've ever had for Bitcoin and the crypto market. And thus, if we do get a breakdown from this neckline, especially this trend line here, but if we do get a breakdown below this, it's my estimation for the way I'm investing, for the way I'm trading, and you can take this like a grain of salt and do your own diligence. But what I'm seeing is this is a possibility. Something like this is much more likely. I think this is going to commit people and say, see, it broke down. And they're going to basically capitulate only to have this slingshot up. And then people are going to end up buying it higher and saying, why didn't I pay attention to the dominant trend in this market? And the dominant trend in this market is up and to the right for this period of the market. What we're looking at right now, anything with downside price action, I'm very skeptical of. I mean, currently we're getting a nice bounce here. This does not mean this downside is over, but we do see on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour, on the 3 hour, we do see this sort of downward price action while the RSI, the same period of time, the purple line is trending to the upside while the price is trending down. We have bullish divergence here in the market. And we're getting a bounce right now. The question, this does not mean this downside is over. I'm saying we are in a sort of careful chop out zone right now that everybody needs to pay attention to. And this determination of when we finally break back up and out of this range, I think is when shortly after, within that time frame or shortly after, is when we're going to start seeing alts move. So everything is waiting on Bitcoin right now. Everything's waiting on, is the risk on the market or off the market? Because when we, I've shared this before, but when we look at Bitcoin to S&P 500, why do I have to click this 7 times every time for it to work? I'm not sure. This does look like it's setting up for a bit of a move to the downside. We may have, a month that we have price action move a little bit to the downside. It's not the end of the world. I expect that by mid-February, prices will be very much higher. My bullish bias thinks that by the end of this month, we will definitely be moving higher from where we're at now. I won't say definitely, much more likely, but I can see even if within my bullish bias that maybe we have to wait until February for that to happen. That's okay. It's not the end of the world if that happens. But we also see Chinese economy faltering majorly. At some point, they're going to need to turn on the money printers, and that will kick things into gear if that happens before we expect. Now, when we come down to Ethereum, we lost sort of a trend line here. Deviation up, deviation down, and these have been calling this perfectly. Look at this. And as it stands right now, a little bit of a failure here, but we're getting divergences. Bullish setup, but it's a little speculative right here because we see this sort of support trend line. It broke down, came up, rejected again. We really, on the near term, we'd like to see this as sort of a W and a break back up above this. But if this does lose, I mean, look at where this went to, guys. Ethereum, I didn't adjust this. I just didn't have it stretched out far enough. Look at this. Came right down into the zone that we had already outlined. The next zone that I'd be watching, let me copy paste. The next zone I'd be watching is basically right about here. If the price does break down, which would basically be coming down to test this $3,000 level, which if we're so bullish about where this market's going over this year, this would be a freaking dream to be able to buy Ethereum back here at $3,000 level, or potentially even below it in this zone. I think any moves to the downside between now and February, if we get a bigger washout than expected, or if it's just we're consolidating here sideways or getting a washout, anything at this level or below, I think is a dream opportunity. We need to plan accordingly for potential short-term downside, but ultimately be very bullish about where this first 3-4 months of the year is going to go. Ethereum to Bitcoin, also rising wedge. What did it do? Oh my God, it broke down just like rising wedges suggest. So look at where this is at as well. Boom, right in here. If we lose that, I'm looking at the, coming down a little bit lower, but it just means alt season's not here yet. We look at XRP, however, let's go to the 12-hour. Look at XRP holding beautifully. Probably one of the better looking charts in the market. Just massive bull flag, smaller bull flag, larger bull pennant flag-ish holding in the zone. If XRP drops, we're looking at the price action coming down here to about $1.93. If that loses, then we're looking at a really great opportunity down at $1.59. Remember, XRP and Chainlink just had great news with some of the integrations and partnerships they're doing. Mary Herbert, thanks for reminding us to stay one step closer to the moon. Hey, shout out to Mary Herbert, $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the love and patronage and just being, I see you in here all the time in the community. I appreciate you. But looking at this, this looks still very bullish. If this does come down to here, I would be a little cautionary, because if this does sort of break down back down to this $1.99, $1.95 sort of level, we're getting a little bit of a descending triangle, descending level of resistance, flat level of support, which would just indicate you might get a pop down opportunity here before that next move to the upside. But if this can hold in this zone and then have the breakout, that's just showing strength, man. Avalanche. Also, look at this. It's just really all the way back here since November. It's basically just been oscillating around this price range. When this gets set free, I think it's going to be nice. A move from here all the way to the downside. Look at where the price got held up. Right here between the golden pocket and the 786 platinum pocket. It came right in this region, rejected, came right back down to the zone. If I get another opportunity to buy Avalanche down here at the $30 range, I'm going to take it. So let's sorry, just reading the chat. So if this happens, this isn't the end of the world. It just means we have another opportunity. As it stands right now, if Avalanche can hold in this region and the market doesn't have a bigger move down, then I think this could kind of chop in here. And we're going to have to really watch when it gets back to the $48 region, the golden pocket region, for what happens before this next move. But ultimately, we're going to be bullish and start getting nice momentum once this pushes back above this $55 level, which is where it rejected from last time. Cardano spilling the can of beans, but also still looking very bullish. Let's go ahead and delete this Fibonacci. Delete this. Let's measure this option F from the top to the bottom. And look at where this breakdown came right up where the golden pocket golden pocket, boom, right here, rejected, came back down. If this, if this does spill a little bit more, I'd be watching for a good opportunity down here in basically the lower 80s, 81 to 83 cents. If that loses, then I think we're coming back down, which would be a great opportunity down here at the 63-cent level. Crypto Shock gifting 5 BitLab memberships. Big love to you. Welcome to the family, Brad Talkington, Crypto Hunter, Crypto Chronic, Livia, Rock. Shout out to everybody getting active today. Big love to everybody tuned in here. We're going to be doing, I guess, I think we only need a couple more, and then we're going to be doing a double giveaway today, and we'll mail all those things out today. If you guys do win, send me on Twitter. I'll add you immediately. Send me on Twitter once I add you a message with your address so I can send it to you, and only send it to me once I add you. All you need to do to enter to win is on this tweet right here. If you're watching on Twitter, all you have to do is, if you're on Twitter, I'll add you immediately. If you're watching this full screen like this, just back out of this, hit this retweet, hit this like button. If you're on Twitter, on YouTube, I'll share the link right now. There's the link. Head over here, hit this retweet, hit this like button. Make sure you're following me here at Kelly Kellum. And we're going to draw from 2 winners here today. I think if we get, I think we only need 2 or 3 more on here, and we'll do a double giveaway today. Both these are $100 value. So happy to share the love with you guys. We got Matthew Highland. I was trying to get him in here. He said too early, still sleeping. Now, what were we looking at? Yeah, Cardano, guys, I think we're just kind of in the chop zone. Anything below, really anything below this price. But if we get a price below 78, 80 cents, I think this would be a steal. ONDO, also, they're all looking the same. Look at that. Look at this price structure. Look at this price structure. Everything's basically being held right now in this sort of intermediary uncertainty, I think, until this last week of January. So let's be okay with the opportunities the market is presenting when it does come down. If Chainlink, this is just beautiful. Right here, we had a deviation above, but essentially we have this range. We also have from here to here finding support. If this is lost, I'm watching for opportunity here in the $18 range. If this is lost, I'm watching for a steal of an opportunity back here in the $15 range. Some people go, it's not going to go there. Listen, we can't know where it's going to go. We say, if this happens, then I'll do this. I want this to be bullish. I want this just to break out and go above. But I can also make sure that I'm stacking capital on the sidelines while this is doing this. If the price action does break down below these levels, why am I looking here? Because this is where these rejected. This is where this rejected. This is where this rejected. This is where, look at this. Comes all the way across. This would be, we don't want it, but let's not stop looking at the price and say, if this does break down, because this does look very like a bearish reversal, then this would be a great opportunity. If this just bounces in here, great. We can ladder our entries, one here, maybe one here. And you get the average of them if it hits all 3. If it only hits 1, you still get to take advantage of that entry. You look at Aerodrome. I saw the super chat for that earlier. Aerodrome had the rising wedge, deviation up. We talked about this potential fake out up and then a breakdown. What do we get? We got the fake out up. Now we got the breakdown, because these rising wedges, the patterns that are angled up, more often than not break down. So this was a fake out. It came back down, and this is kind of my target. We've had this drawn here for some time, coming down into this dollar range. If we lose that, then we're looking a bit lower. I would say probably about right here, because of these rejections, support, chop right in here, rejection, launch. So I'm looking at $1 and then another opportunity here at 85 cents. I'm super bullish on Aerodrome for this cycle. If I have the opportunity to take advantage of this, then amazing. Crypto danks. Blood in the streets. Fear buying tends to be quick. Turn around. Shout out to this $5 super chat. Big love to you, my home skillet, Mr. Danky Dank. But look at this. Shoulder, giant head, shoulder. What's the measure move out of that? Let's take a measurement. Boom. The measure move out of that, look at that. We might be getting an opportunity at 70 cents. And this is down. That would be, godly, what a good opportunity. From right here, that would be a 70%, 68% sale. Because we see what's happening in the base ecosystem. We see that Coinbase is doing wrapped Bitcoin on base. That's basically providing DeFi opportunities And remember, the large majority of big money, smart money, is either on Coinbase or Bitfinex or stuff like that. So when you have the ability to do DeFi with Bitcoin, and it's all being transacted through things like like Aerodrome, the DEX on Base, and Moonwell, that's be able to utilize that for lending and all that. I mean, that's why I'm so bullish on these. So let's go ahead and look at Moonwell. Where is Moonwell? Boom, right here. I mean, this looking fairly bearish in this sort of, whatever this is, just large impulse, smaller impulse, smaller impulse. If this breaks down and we get an opportunity back down here at basically 4 cents, it's not the end of the world. I'm very bullish on this ecosystem. So if this is able for us to have this opportunity down here, have some limit order set. At the end of the day, this very well could be the bottom now and could just run away. But the market between now and January 20th, and I would say maybe 2 or 3 days after, I think there's going to be a lot of chop between now and then. So let's take advantage of the opportunities when they do arise. I need 2 numbers right now. Everybody in the chat, I need a number between 2 and 8, and I need a number between 22 and 32. The first 2 numbers that I see in those 2 ranges, I'll write down. That's how we're going to pick our winners. Let's see it. Remember, we're doing 2 winners today. If you want to enter, all you have to do is come over to this Twitter post on the Kelly Kellum page. You see it's this one right here. Hit that retweet, hit that like button. That's how you enter. We're going to do 2 giveaways today. Big love to you. So we got, all right, so we got 2 and 24. And 24. All right. Now let's do a couple more coins and then we will get into the giveaways. Algorand on that list of potential coins that may not have capital gains tax if that were to play out. But also they've been making some headway. Nice bullish structure coming down, holding in the zone. I could see Algorand coming back down here into the 31 cent zone. If we lose that, I think it's coming down to 25 cents. Remember, this would be bullish if that were to happen. This would be, for me, a great buying opportunity. If this is able to hold this zone right here, look at this sort of trend line zone. If this is able to hold here and sort of bounce, great. This could be a good DCA opportunity if you're willing to hold for the next 2 to 5 months. Okay. We may get lower prices. If you buy here and it drops, it's another opportunity to lower your average entry. Then we look at things like AVAX. I mean, boom, 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 boom. Broke down. Where to? Right into this 382. The next level down would be right here, 256. And if the market takes a larger spill, we're going to be seeing somewhere about $200 for a buying opportunity here. Now, it does look like on the 8 hours, stochastics bottomed. RSI kind of bottomed. VWAP is trying to angle up. But I think there's going to be a lot of chop suey going on in the next week or so. So let's stay vigilant on that. I don't know why that just zoomed in. My bad. BitTensor, one of those AI plays. I mean, just chopping. Let's go ahead and delete this fib. Chopping, falling wedge, broke bullish, but came right back down to test this zone right here. And it's right at it. If this loses, I'm watching for an opportunity down here about $397 to $400, this zone right here. But in fact, if this does come down here, I think we're going to be getting an opportunity back down about $350. I'm super bullish on BitTensor into this into this year, into this cycle. If I get an opportunity to buy back down in here, my average entry was at 338. So if I'm able to add again, great. That's amazing. I'm not frustrated. Are you frustrated? So that's what we need to pay attention to. Now, I think we're going to dive in here. And I do want to shout out, we're about to do the giveaway. So everybody, you got last chance right here. Come over. If you're on Twitter, hit that retweet, hit that like button. I'll hit the like button myself. If you're on YouTube, I'll post this link again one more time in the live chat. Hit that retweet. While I'm waiting to do that, I do want to shout out, while we're stacking, we're giving away 2 Arculus today. Make sure you protect yourself. Head over to getarculus.com. One tap total security. I love these cold storage. It's my preferred. I think probably it's not only my preferred, I think it's one of the best cold storage solutions out there. Getarculus.com. You can use code BitLab20 at getarculus.com. You get 20% off. And then, of course, stack in to making sure that you're protecting your identity, not just in crypto. Protect your computer, protect your banking, protect all of that, and also make sure you can have access to anything you want to by using a VPN. Head over to nordvpn.com/BitLab. You can see it right here. Where is it? Boom. get NordVPN and you get 4 months free. It's like $2 or $3 a month. But if you sign up for a year or more, I can't remember what the term is, you get 4 months free using that this link right here, nordvpn.com/BitLab. And of course, we got an announcement in the Signals Lab. Anybody that's been signing up for the BitLab, the Signals Lab for the free traders group, we are going to be merging our traders group with Josh's and DC's so we can all be together in the same place. So you can sign up through my link and you'll be able to have, we're all going to be in the same place. So it's just a lot more content, a lot more trading, a lot more basically the free education section for the Signals Lab. Everybody that's in there is going to be getting access to that. And that's rolling out here in the matter of days. We had back-end issues with the website hosting, all this kind of stuff, but all that is rolling out. Now it's time to go ahead and do. Again, we're under $100,000. If you want the full courses with on-chain data, candles, candle patterns, understanding RSI, stochastics, chart formations, trading strategies, and the Discord and all that, we can still take advantage of this deal. 15 days free for the Discord. And also it's about 35% off for the life of your account, even when this deal goes away. And you can also, once you sign up for the Discord, you can cancel that anytime. You can get access on the next page. It takes you there automatically where you get access to all the courses that you also, with that bundle, you get all of the indicators we use as well. And that's also 30-something% off. Use that code lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. Now it's time. Let's do the giveaway. Pulling it up here. Let's go ahead and refresh this page. Shout out to Sufficient Enough. Thank you for teaching me so much this past year, Kelly. You are the man. Thank you, Sufficient Enough. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead over here and let's do the, so 1, 2. Josh Dallas, you're number 2, which is the first number. Boom. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm following you. Send me your address and we'll get you sent out an Arculus. So, and the other one was 2 and 24. We're going to divide that. That's going to be 12. We just randomize this stuff. So repost, is that right? Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. MVino. Are you guys watching live right now? Your website is broken. Won't let me buy the trading stack. What do you mean? Shoot me a message directly, Kelly at bitlabacademy.com or help@bitlabacademy.com, and I will make sure you're taken care of. It might be, I'm not sure what the issue is there. Will Render hit $50 and $30 near? I hope so. I'm stacked into those. I'm so excited about what's coming up in this market right now. When things get the most frustrating, is altcoin season going to happen? Is Bitcoin topped? This is that moment that chops the most people out. And then you just want to punch yourself in the face, and weeks or months to come when the market just follows through, because liquidity is going to need to be put in global markets. We're about to see some exciting stuff in this market. So MVino and who was the other one? John Dallas. Yeah, Josh Dallas. Both of you shoot me a message with your address. I just followed both of you. Make sure you're sending it to the right person, and we will take care of you. But that's all I got for today, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you to all the super chats, all the new members, everything. I do want to just remind you all, whether you're a member or not, everybody hit the subscribe. If you want to join to become a member, you can come right down here. It says join to become a member of the BitLab. I'll actually share the link right now in the live chat. Join here, because when your thing says subscribed and you have your notifications on, whether you're a member or not, subscribe and have your notifications on, because on this page, it'll say posts, it might say community. I post these daily jumpstart stuffs, and every third one for about the first 5 minutes that I post it. Also, you can see, here's an example right here. I never deleted this one. I post it there. And for those of you that have your notifications on, you'll see it, and then I delete the public access, but you'll still be able to have access. So big love to each and every one of you. I'm excited about what's coming. Let's take advantage of these dips while we got them. That's all I got. Adios, muchachos. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. I love you guys.